Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're diving into the world of fashion with an industry veteran, Mercedes Gonzalez.
Oh, yeah, I love her book.
Chronicles of a Fashion Buyer.
Yeah.
So many stories and insights.
And you know she doesn't sugarcoat anything, gives you a real behind-the-scenes look.
Exactly. So let's start at the beginning. Mercedes didn't even plan to work in fashion, did she?
Nope. Wall Street was the dream, until she ended up working for her uncle in the garment district.
Talk about a career swerve. This Uncle Manolo, he sounds like a character.
Oh, he absolutely is. Larger than life. Embodies that whole garment district hustle.
Cash payments from bank vaults, connections everywhere. What did Mercedes learn from him?
Everything, from sweeping floors to navigating the world of Chinese manufacturing.
Wow, she was there at the start of Made in China becoming the norm.
Right, and this is before it was common, so she's really a pioneer.
Then there's the Walmart story.
Yeah.
She pitched selling her uncle's dresses to Walmart.
Yeah. She saw the potential before anyone else, used her Wall Street research skills to prove it.
So she basically predicted Walmart's success. That's impressive.
It really is. Shows how she thinks ahead, takes risks. And it paid off.
This launched her into international business, right? What about that monkey brain incident?
Oh man, you're not ready for this. Business dinner in China, main course arrives. It's a live monkey.
Wait, what? A live monkey?
Yeah, and a guillotine. And Mercedes is expected to.
Huh.
Well, you can imagine.
Oh my goodness. That's a serious culture shock.
It was horrifying for her, but it taught her about cultural sensitivity, especially in business.
Adaptability is key, right? That's a good lesson for anyone working internationally.
Absolutely. And, you know, for Mercedes, these early years were like a crash course.
She learned about production, negotiation, different cultures.
And probably developed a strong stomach.
Definitely. From Wall Street dreams to the garment district, she really learned it all.
She did. And all this before even starting her own career.
Speaking of careers, before we move on, let's hear from our sponsor, Cloutfit.ai. Spell it.
They're using AI to help fashion companies boost their engagement and revenue.
Definitely worth checking out if you're in the fashion business. Now, back to Mercedes' journey. Okay, so Mercedes has gone from Wall Street to the garment district to, well, a live monkey.
Yeah, you could say that.
But now she's ready to take on the next challenge. She becomes a buyer.
At a company called Gonzalez Partners. No relation, just a funny coincidence.
That's wild. So what's happening in this new role?
Mercedes is all about innovation, right? She starts focusing on private label lines for clients.
Creating unique clothing lines for specific retailers.
Exactly, but then the company brings in this new guy, his background, towels.
Towels. Seriously, how do you go from towels to high fashion?
Well, that's what Mercedes thought too. She tries to help him get up to speed, but
There's always a but.
turns out they were trying to push Mercedes out, replace her with the towel guy.
No way. That's so shady.
The worst part, they threw him a surprise party during a major industry event and didn't invite her.
Ouch. That's cold. So what does she do?
Remember that Chilean client who encouraged her?
The one who told her she was more than just a garmento.
That's the one. He becomes her first client when she starts her own company.
Global purchasing companies.
Ah.
Wow. Talk about turning a negative into a positive.
It's inspiring, right? She goes from betrayal to boss lady in no time.
So she's a consultant now. Who are her clients?
Everyone. Small retailers, struggling businesses, even luxury brands like La Perla.
She must have seen it all. Any stories that stand out?
Oh, there's this one about a footwear designer, Raul. He opened a luxury boot store in Times Square.
Times Square. For luxury boots, that seems like a mismatch.
Total mismatch. He was obsessed with the image, the exotic skins.
But not the practicalities of running a business.
Exactly. Mercedes tried to warn him, but
He didn't listen.
nope. The store closed in 8 months. Costly lesson in style over substance.
You need both, right? Creative vision and business smarts.
Absolutely. And I think that's a key takeaway here. Mercedes sees it all in her consulting work.
The good, the bad, the ugly. It all helps her grow.
It does.
Yeah.
And it sets the stage for her next big move, launching her own brand.
So Mercedes has been a buyer, a consultant. She's seen it all. Now she's starting her own brand.
Yeah, this is where her vision really comes through. She's not chasing trends. She's building something with meaning.
The brand is called Dovetail. I love that name. What's the story behind it?
Well, it's a combination of things. It reflects her design aesthetic, mixing classic and modern elements.
So like a dovetail joint in woodworking, bringing pieces together seamlessly.
Exactly. But it's also deeper than that. Dovetail represents her commitment to ethical production.
This makes so much sense. She's seen the downsides of the industry firsthand.
Right. She's been to the sweatshops, witnessed the exploitation. Dovetail is her way of doing things differently.
And she even incorporates religious symbolism into her designs.
She does, like printing the Lord's Prayer on the pockets of polo shirts. Subtle but meaningful.
Wow, that's unique. Did it resonate with consumers? Was it successful?
That's a good question. Building a brand with a conscience is one thing, scaling it is another.
There are always challenges, right?
Yeah.
Especially for a small business.
Absolutely. She faced financial hurdles, production delays, the usual struggles.
Did she ever talk about the emotional toll of being an entrepreneur?
Oh yeah, she's very open about it. The burnout, the pressure, it's all there in the book.
It's a reminder that success isn't always easy, even when you're following your passion.
And even with all the challenges, she persevered. But she's honest about the fact that,
That Dovetail didn't become a global phenomenon.
right, she faced setbacks, had to adapt to a rapidly changing market. It's almost a cautionary tale.
That even with talent and vision, success isn't guaranteed.
Yeah.
What do you think were the biggest lessons from this experience?
I think it highlights the importance of being flexible. The fashion world is constantly evolving.
Especially with the rise of e-commerce,
Yeah.
right? How did Mercedes view that shift?
She saw both the opportunities and the threats. Online giants like Amazon were changing the game.
Making it harder for small businesses to survive. What advice did she offer?
Focus on customer service. Create a personalized experience, something you can't get online.
That human connection. Make people feel valued.
Exactly. She talks about the power of events, creating memorable experiences for shoppers.
She even got Godzilla to walk the streets of Soho for a sale.
Right. She's all about thinking outside the box. And it connects back to Cloutfit.ai, don't you think?
Definitely. Using technology to enhance the customer experience, understand their needs.
It's all about finding creative solutions, adapting to the times.
And Mercedes' story really embodies that, doesn't it? From Wall Street to the garment district to China to her own brand.
She's constantly learning, growing, reinventing herself. It's inspiring.
I think that's what makes her memoir so valuable. It's honest, insightful, and ultimately hopeful.
Yeah, it's a must-read for anyone interested in fashion or entrepreneurship.
Or just anyone who enjoys a good story. If you found this deep dive into the world of fashion useful, share it with a friend, and don't forget to subscribe for more. Until next time.